Hey everyone. I'm sure everyone out there has a liking to cringe. Stuff like compilations where someone's recording another person in public, where it makes you feel like you're there in person and it's awkward. But I have a theory that that's only funny when it comes to public interactions, because it's more realistic and you feel like it's something you would expect to see yourself in person. But there are other situations where it's in a more professional setting and the awkward energy makes it unbearable. This happens a lot, but today, I have never seen a podcast that repeats this more than The Breakfast Club, where they invited Post Malone twice and it turned out horribly. In their defense, it was mainly one guy on set that ruined it, but the fact that he kept on going for the entire hour makes you question how he's even liked. And it's not like this was a debate, because even fans of the podcast had to point out the way he was acting, which to me is funny, because it feels like a parent having to apologize for their kid being a brat. So throughout this video, I just couldn't help but get that kind of energy.
Post Malone was on track to become a megastar, and Charlemagne could clearly sense it.
Cause you don't realize you about to be a star.
No, I think I know that it's coming.
Charlemagne therefore spent almost an hour trying to corner and embarrass his guest.
What are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement?
I don't know.
Although the whole situation completely backfired to Post Malone's benefit. It was August of 2015. Post Malone was yet to get his first tattoo, and had just 6 months prior released his major
What a
breakout
young boy.
song, White Iverson.
What a nice
He'd done
blank
his first
canvas.
radio interview exactly 4 months beforehand, which went extremely well.
I put out White Iverson like 2 months ago. We just hit 2 million views like a couple days ago, which is crazy.
And to keep this momentum going, he'd agreed to appear on The Breakfast Club. The show's well known for being the most listened to hip-hop and R&B morning show in America, and features 3 hosts, one of which being Charlemagne the God, who to be fair is usually an excellent presenter. The Breakfast Club has hosted almost every rapper from Kanye West to Jay-Z, making it a massive opportunity for any up-and-coming.
That top one almost had 8 million views. God damn.
Malone.
We are the Breakfast Club. Special guest in the building.
State your name.
That's pretty ironic. DJ Envy. Oh, not that. It's not that guy.
Extremely positively.
If there was that guy called DJ Envy, that'd be pretty funny.
Support for the same football team.
He is from Dallas, and he's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
My guy.
Yeah.
And I tried
hard,
my
baby.
hardest.
Die hard, baby.
However, when Post revealed his
But
dad,
was he saying like he's from Dallas, therefore we're opposed to him because of the sport? Hold on.
Post and Charlemagne bonding over their support for the same football team.
He is from
Oh, so they are
Dallas,
supporting
and
the
he's a
same
Dallas
one. Alright.
Cowboys fan.
Guy.
I saw because he already made it seem like they were against him from the second he stepped in. So I thought he was gonna say like they were immediately on the offense because he supported like another sports team. Which in my mind I could definitely see that happening. And it's so like annoying when people are like, oh, you support that team? okay, and then they like debate about it. It's normal whenever you see them like two friends like arguing about it, but whenever it's like a guest and a presenter on a podcast set, it feels like way more awkward.
Dowever, when Post revealed his dad also worked for the Cowboys, Charlemagne's rudeness began to show.
His dad actually used to work for the organization.
What was he, water boy?
He does. He still works for the
What did he do?
organization. He's like head of concessions.
See, I said water boy. That's like kind of.
No, he in the office.
man?
He's in the office.
Head of concessions.
He's in the office.
Laughing at his dad's respectable job is mad disrespectful. The that pissed me off more than
that Adfa Willing Dairies 5950 speaking sense.
anything was when they were basically laughing at Post's dad's concession job. Like, sorry his dad works a respectful job and ain't no drug dealer, would have walked out right then and there. Dear Charlemagne, head of concession for a professional sports teams is a high level job. They aren't watching over a high school cafeteria.
Exactly, yeah. It's not like he's one of those like shopkeepers that sells the snacks before the game. And even if he was, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But if he was like head of concessions, that's like it takes quite a while to get to that point.
By kindly inviting him to a Cowboys game.
You know, we get free tickets. We get free chicken strips.
hot dogs.
It's good.
So he gets free tickets.
Yeah.
That's important. Good seats.
Yeah, sweets.
Sweet.
Come on, let's go.
To which Charlemagne responded by insulting Post Malone's look.
FYI, I think all white people with cornrows look stupid, but that has nothing to do with it.
FYI, I think any person saying FYI is immediately incredibly white.
To do with you. I just think in general.
With this then resulting in an awkward confrontation about the color of Posty's skin.
Are you afraid as a white rapper that you may be considered a culture vulture?
This guy's dialect is so white, culture vulture. I haven't heard that word in like years.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared because I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not. I'm just trying to, I like what I like. And I don't think I'm biting off of a certain culture or copying a certain culture or trying to be part of a certain culture because, I like what I like.
Charlemagne then tried to trick Post into saying the N-word.
Say my don't dance.
Hey.
Hey. Just pull his head. Go ahead.
And do the rock away.
No, say what I just said.
I
don't
can't.
dance.
Y'all trying to get me in trouble.
Before hitting him with another loaded question designed to damage
If that was me, I would just immediately blurt it out. Be like, you told me to do it.
What?
I don't know.
Is that a serious question?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anything?
I guess what I can do to help Black Lives Matter is I to keep making music. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Got you.
I don't know.
I would have just said nothing.
What are you doing?
Dude, if I was there, I would just poke out his eyes. There's so much like childish malice in his eyes.
However, the worst of the interview was still yet to come. Post Malone had brought his girlfriend Ashlyn onto the show, prompting Charlamagne to try and baselessly convince her that Post was going to leave her.
You got a girlfriend, don't you?
Yeah, she's right there.
What?
Ashlyn right here.
Yeah, she's right
Oh, hey, Ashlyn. You know he's gonna end up leaving you, right? The more
Oh, don't
famous
say
you
that.
get.
That's not true.
You know,
Oh my God.
you know, the more successful you get, you're going,
Charlamagne then doubled down on
Dude,
this
most
when his
people
girl.
just stand him and just punch him in the face. Jesus Christ. I understand why he isn't so aggressive. If he was like an upcoming star, I would see why you wouldn't want to like maintain peace and not just immediately, get aggressive. Because if you did, I feel like that would be like kind of like a monumental moment in his career where people would be like, oh, he's the one guy that punched the other guy in a podcast. Yeah, him. That probably is one benefit of him blowing up, where he isn't getting like walked over by other people being like, oh, you're an upcoming star, good for you. But if someone offends me, he can't just be like, okay, I'm not gonna waste my time on your gay podcast, I'm just gonna leave.
Girlfriend got on the microphone.
You know he's gonna sleep with other women, though. You do know that. He's gonna sleep with other women.
No, I'm not.
It's gonna happen.
Charlamagne said
Didn't he point at her from across the table?
it's gonna be folk, country,
Yes.
pop,
Yes.
urban AC.
Yes. A man is only as faithful as his
EDM.
options. You know that, right? You know that?
What?
A man is only as faithful as his options. I applaud you for trying to do the right
I've
thing.
never heard that.
But it's not gonna finish that way.
Although this had actually
I love when
become.
people bring up like a random phrase they act like is like the most popular in history. Like, a man's only faithful as his options, right? Everyone's heard that. I was taught that 5 years
His
old.
overwhelming kindness.
Listen.
honeymoon
Listen. Here's something y'all don't get. I'm not a normal person. I'm
you're
a
not.
different type of man, and she's not a normal woman. She's an angel. She's an incredible person, and I don't think I'm ever gonna do nothing to ruin it.
Which ironically gave him more audience favor than if it were just a standard interview. My respect for Post Malone went up after this. He stayed cool the whole time. The more I see of Post, the more I like him. He seems like a good dude. This wasn't awkward at all. He responded very
very
well.
awkward.
Posty handled that better than any of us would have, although not every
I
comment.
think if I was the co-host, I would just stand up and be, not stand up, but I'd be like, man, just cut it out. I'm sure they take a break once in a while, like to either do like ad reads or just get like water or food. And at that point, I would be like, okay, I don't know why you're being so on the offense at it, but just bring it down, man. Calm
Small
down.
percentage of viewers hated on Ashlyn for barely saying anything, prompting Post Malone's first response to the interview by tweeting, I'm 20, I've done about 20
He's
interviews
20?
in my life. Ashlyn's done about 1. If you're hating, get off our dicks. Doo-doo heads, bruh. Before Post Malone appeared on 106 KMEL to talk about Charlamagne himself.
This about Charlamagne. What's up, Charlamagne?
Homie.
Holla at me.
Ooh, say it to my face.
I'm just joking.
He's so stupid.
I mean, I get it. I mean, that's his job. I mean,
Right.
that's his job to be a troll on the radio and on the internet.
I will say
And-
you handled that very
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't get too excited. Just gotta relax. It's not that serious.
Post Malone expanded on this when talking to Ethan from the H3 podcast.
They kind of came at you in a really shitty way.
I think it's really easy to come at me. Just a guy that makes music, and not only that, but I feel like it's his job to be a troll. He should have said something. Like, if you're in that situation, it's a hell of a lot different.
Of
And
course.
The internet's a funny place.
Yeah.
Yet Post Malone later explained in a
There probably were fans of Charlamagne that were like, "Oh man, if you were so pissed off, why didn't you do anything?" Like, when you walk in and there's already like 3 other hosts, you're not gonna immediately be like, you're not gonna act like you're the main person in the room and just get pissed off at
that it
everyone.
might have been better to put the questions back on Charlamagne. I wish I'd said, what are you doing for Black Lives Matter? Some sassy to shut him up. Like, maybe my music's not the best, but I know I'm not a bad person, so you're just being a hater. Charlamagne being a hater made The Breakfast Club look so bad, they'd wiped the episode from their official channel and website, while Posty's humility opened up unexpected opportunities. He began touring with Justin Bieber, had an extremely successful debut album launch, and gained over 1 million Instagram followers, prompting The Breakfast Club to invite him back for another interview, which Post Malone unbelievably accepted. The top comment read, I'm not sure why Post Malone would ever return to this radio show, however, he was set to win no matter what. Either The Breakfast Club treats him disrespectfully, Post Malone keeps his cool and sees growth just like the last interview, or The Breakfast Club treats him respectfully, Post Malone again easily keeps his cool and sees growth, with situation 2 seeming more likely, given the second interview began by acknowledging how poorly the previous one went.
Oh, he's back.
And he has a Bud Light with him today.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Post Malone.
Why would you not, if you acknowledge that the last interview was horrible, why would you make him sit at the exact same position as last time?
Malone is back.
I wasn't here, and it got rough.
It
No,
didn't
that's-
though.
it didn't get rough.
People always tweet me like, yo, you were so hard on Post Malone. How? We had a conversation.
Well, you did say that he was gonna lose his girl, but she's
And she's
still
here.
However, Charlemagne's jealousy had only gotten worse,
What is the
Couple weeks
hardest
ago.
thing? Is it like the stardom? Is it the money? Is it the fame?
resulting in him instantly trying to sabotage Post's relationship with Justin Bieber.
He got mad girls in the studio,
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
mad drugs,
Oh,
mad
stop.
alcohol.
Just a little
You never
weed
been over
probably.
there?
Oh, in the studio?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Man, you look more than him. The idea of him be like, "You're mad drug, gotta be careful. You don't want to fall off the edge, man."
and apparently that's very good for you.
Apparently.
Yeah, but what about all the drugs?
He doesn't do a lot of drugs. He
smokes
doesn't do
weed.
any drugs.
He smokes
actually.
weed.
Yet Posty kept his cool and instead did the opposite.
When he smokes weed, he definitely hits up heroin.
He's a good guy, you know. I
sweet.
love him, and I have so much respect for him.
This would later bring their friendship even closer, although in the meantime, Charlemagne was still trying to ruin Post Malone's relationship.
How did you hook up with Kalani? Because the one with Kalani is dope.
Beautiful
Like
young
the-
lady.
No, she's super dope. She's
So
super dope.
Beautiful
talented
young
too.
lady.
Super dope.
Stop
Isn't she
it.
beautiful?
Asha, is she beautiful?
Yes.
She said yes.
Yes.
Right, okay. So you're not allowed to even like acknowledge that girls are beautiful? No, he never said that. He said she was dope. He didn't say she was beautiful. So you have to ask Ashley like stuff like that?
Like,
Because I'm
in-
sure the
in
women have
regards
come at
to
you.
what?
Yeah.
Ashley was
There it
right
is
there.
again. Here it is
Really
again.
trying to-
Round two.
I'm sure the women have come with you.
Which was ironic given Charlemagne constantly talks about this man's woman and trying to get her on camera, but he goes out of his way to make sure nobody knows what his wife looks like. Posty responded by again inviting Charlemagne to a free football match.
Can you get Charlemagne tickets?
Yeah, I mean, if you're nice.
I'm
to
going
me.
Sunday.
They gotta go with each other. Y'all gotta go with each other. Like sit
Let's
next
go.
to each other in the game.
Nah, no.
Oh, you
If
don't
you
like
could
me?
go,
What?
if you could,
No, I don't
Yeah.
dislike you, but I don't like the
Tell me,
smell
you
of
can
beer
hang
and
with
cigarettes. And Post Malone smells like every beer and every cigarette that's in whatever convenience store in New York City right now. It's the new
another-
Kid Rock right here, ladies
How
and
is it
gentlemen.
With the Kid Rock comment leading to another booby-trapped question.
Did you vote for Trump?
I didn't vote.
Tell me more. Because
About
you're
what?
young and you got a voice, I would like to know your thoughts on the current system.
Do you feel like one of them was more fit than the other, though?
I love whenever they try to like force in topics that they've never talked about before in the podcast, but well, not them, only him. He purely does it to kind of like, as he said, like a booby trap. I refuse to believe that guy knows like anything about politics, and he only wants you to like get that like buzzword, like, did you vote for Trump? Did you or did you not? I know this is a very dumb reference, but it's like that scene in Oppenheimer where like the guys actually interrogate him. But this situation is way better because he's not like getting panicked. He knows like, okay, this is embarrassing. If I keep my cool, I won't be on the same like mental level as this moron.
If you had,
I'm gonna talk about that with my friends.
What do you do when you experience racism? Like meaning that you're around some white people who may be being racist. How do you
I mean,
use
I
your
don't
power?
hang out with racists.
Charlemagne disrespected Post Malone over.
You tweeted once that I don't know, I don't follow you on Twitter.
and over.
Did you listen to it?
That was the one comment that really broke his heart. He doesn't follow him on Twitter.
You might like it. You might like it.
However, Post Malone had again managed to keep his cool, resulting in even more favor from the audience. Everyone
like
is
that,
talking about how
B-roll
rude they
footage.
were, but what stands out even more is Post's ability to not let them under his skin or at least not show it. He's a great dude with a lot of compassion and love for what he does, and everything/everyone around for him. Mad respect for this dude and the way he conducts himself, while everyone only had the opposite to say about Charlemagne. Charlemagne held
Yeah, he should definitely have his head cut off and put on a pike. I agree.
You living your dream, it's gotta be tough. Someone's feelings are hurt because the best they'll ever do is a morning radio show, and Post made dude feel stupid just by being his nice, positive self, leading Charlemagne to then invite someone dressed like Post Malone onto the show just so he could mock him.
I like how he bullies him for being like the most stereotypical white guy he is. At least he portrays him to be, but then he has like a tub of mayo next to him.
It's therefore no surprise that when asked about Charlemagne a year after The Breakfast Club, Post Malone calmly told Rolling Stone, "He's not a good person, he hates me because I'm white and I'm different. But we're still rocking and we're still successful and he can't stop it." Although this would only reignite their beef, as Charlemagne responded, "I don't not like people because they're white. I just didn't like him because at the time I thought he was whack," adding that he loves Rockstar and encourages Malone to keep growing, keep winning, although only 10 days after this Charlemagne was saying the opposite.
After reading this Rolling Stone interview, not only is his music not my cup of mayonnaise, but neither is his
Cup of
personality.
mayonnaise?
Because you're not as talented as you think you are.
Is that some bid part of the show that I just don't get?
Malone sucked,
You don't like both.
So sucks.
Here we go. Okay, so let's talk about that. Why think he's trash?
which clearly didn't work.
I don't even understand how you are this successful and this biased. I'm not biased. You think Post Malone is a dope artist? Yes. Why? And when I met him, he was a really good
We
guy.
need that guy on Twitter that turns to like white women to like black or Chinese and do that to Post Malone. He probably would like retweet that, be like, now I like him. Now I like his music.
While even Jake Paul, who had his own beef with Post Malone, told Charlemagne his attacks were baseless.
We actually like went back and forth on
Post
Twitter.
is trash, but go ahead.
I mean, he's number one.
Still trash. You can be number one and still be trash.
Numbers don't lie, bro.
He's trash, bro. Numbers do lie sometimes. Numbers don't tell a whole tale.
All right, well.
He doesn't like Post, as you can see.
Damn, Jake Paul actually taking a W, and so was Post Malone in his own lane of music. Beer Bongs and Bentleys, released just 4 months after the Jake Paul interview, peaked at number 1 on every chart in every country, while Hollywood's Bleeding performed equally well, turning the Breakfast Club interviews into an insignificant chapter in Post Malone's
You
come
only need one
up.
more
Charlemagne,
to
however,
finish the,
still hadn't
Trinity.
moved on over 2 years later.
You gotta kick 2 people out right now. You trying to kick out the rap game because you real critical about rap.
Post Malone.
Although it finally showed that he'd been somewhat humbled.
Post Malone, definitely though, and for no other reason other than I'm probably hating.
Which could also be felt during a Vlad TV interview.
I'm cool, clearly, with white people being in hip hop. Just respect why you're here. You're here because of these people that laid the foundation for you to even have the platform of hip hop to stand on.
One of Charlemagne's most respectful and entertaining traits
what
is
was
that he
Joe
sticks to
Rogan?
his guns and refuses to be a pushover, although in this case he probably should have made an exception.
Just don't be a dick, because like dicks get places, but then like at the end of the night, you're gonna not be able to fucking sleep.
It's at the end, actually, the end. There's such a weird like characteristic to respect someone for. Like, he sticks to his guns, he never backs down. But like at the same time, there's no way every single attack you make on a person is like exactly defendable. I just want you to know how old he is for him to like invite. Because if he was 20, Post Malone, when he came on to like his first interview on the show, it is weird for like this grown ass man to immediately like attack him for doing good in life, you know. And again, I'm not saying like Charlemagne's one of those people that gets jealous of like younger people doing better at life than him. Because even if he's a host on a radio show, that's still like quite big for even for like have like huge people in the industry to be invited over for an interview. But at the same time, that just feels like it's out of nowhere for him to like immediately blame him to be like a bad person. And there's nothing more awkward when someone tries to like gather a crowd, you stick on a person, and you so clearly tell her what you want to do that when you like call him a racist or try to label him as one. A lot of people are saying like how they respect Post Malone more for like keeping us cool and not getting angry at him. But even if he did, I would still understand why he got angry at him. Even if you watch like a short clip from the podcast, you just tell. And it's not like he made one small comment and like he just moved on from it. The fact that he kept on doing it for the entire interview, you just can't expect like the average person to just like accept it, like take it on the chin. Like most people in a situation would like just talk back or just leave the podcast at best, you know. But I think he just got lucky that he was slightly more relaxed and wasn't willing to fight back at him and make himself look as childish as him, you know. But the fact that Post Malone is more popular than him, even today, it does feel like, you know, throwing salt in the wound. I mean, I don't care. He was still a prick throughout the entire 2 episodes, I guess, that they did. So I just don't care.